Welcome to We Run This Town podcast, the official podcast of Gulf Winds Track Club, serving our area runners for almost 50 years. Our podcast is designed to support our runners in the Big Bend area, whether you're a beginning runner or an elite runner, offering education, entertainment, and encouragement on all topics running. Let's get running with today's episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of We Run This Town, the official podcast of Gulf Winds Track Club. I'm your volunteer host, Mickey Moore. Really thrilled today. Talk about a special episode, a father-daughter story. I think we all remember that show years ago called Family Ties. Well, this is something called Family Tries, as in triathlons. Quite a story between my friends Clement and his daughter, Jamila. And we'll get to that in a second, but welcome back to another episode. And we're excited to say we do have a presenting partner for this episode. Awards for You here in Tallahassee is our presenting sponsor today. So thank you to Justin and his team for that. And one other, just a brief update, Gulf Winds Track Club Town Hall is coming up, and that will be on July 25th. At Momo's here. It's just an opportunity for our club members, come on out, meet each other, talk to the board members, ask some good questions. The board's going to provide some details, and there's going to be food. Obviously, if it's at Momo's, you're going to have some pizza. Big slices, too. I think we all know that, right? So come out to our town hall. Go to the website for a little more information if you need to, gulfwinds.org. Hope to see you there. But the main reason we're here today, let's get on with the episode. Welcome, Jamila Allen.
Thank you.
Welcome, Clement Allen.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to have both of you here. I know one of you traveled a little bit to come here, and it's just nice to be in your company and to hear this story to the fullest, right? And for our listeners, triathlons, again, that's swim, bike, run, okay? So we're going to talk about their special relationship when it comes to competing with others and with each other. But getting to Kona was the ultimate goal. So we're going to talk about all of that today. How y'all doing?
Doing great.
Doing good, yes.
I like that title, The Family Tries.
Family
That's
Tries.
Perfect, yeah.
Thanks,
good.
yeah.
That's
I mean, y'all have tried really hard. I mean, something you've committed to for a long time. So
For sure.
what I like to do in the beginning, though, for our listeners that may not know you, right, just give them a moment about your background, each of you, kind of where you're from maybe, and, what do you do for a living, just, briefly give them an idea. And then we'll get into kind of your background with triathlon, and give them a little idea when you started doing that swim, bike, run thing. But I'll start with you, Jamila. Give us a little background. What do you want to share?
I'm a dental hygienist. I live in Atlanta, 37 years old.
I mean, you have to go there, but that's
Right,
okay.
yeah.
We got it, yeah.
Clement Allen. I'm originally from Georgia. I've been here in Tallahassee for 30 years. I'm a professor at Florida A&M in computer science, artificial intelligence, all that fun stuff.
A lot going on there right now, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So Georgia and then Tallahassee. Your athletic background, though. I want to give an idea of, where the roots came from, junior high, high school, college. What kind of athletic background can you share for our listeners, too?
I played softball growing up. I didn't start running until my early 20s. So basically softball, gymnastics, anything that my parents put me in.
Yeah, just to be active?
Yeah, to be active.
Keep you out of trouble?
Yes.
Maybe? How about you, Clement?
So it depends on how far you want to go back.
We got time, man.
Yeah.
People want to know.
I played basketball, middle school, and high school. And she doesn't like the story, but I'll tell everybody I scored 30 points in middle school in a basketball game. So that's my claim to fame.
Was that practice?
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
And we actually lost. We lost the game. But I only started doing maybe running like 2010 or so. So it's just not that long, and no competitive races, just trying to keep in shape and all that kind of stuff. So a little bit of running, a little bit of biking,
Okay.
no swimming, but
Tennis? You played tennis?
I played tennis for a while. That's true. That's true. I played tennis for a while, so
Always moving.
always moving. Yeah.
So for each of your backgrounds then, when did triathlon specific start? Like, was it you first, I'm assuming, and then you got her into it? I don't want to be wrong, but
Well,
when did it first start?
Well, the story
Yes.
was 2010 New Year's Day, right
Okay.
after New Year's, and I had asked Jamila, "You have any goals for this year?" And oddly enough, she said triathlon, and I have no idea where that came from.
Well, I think we were watching. They put on every year the Ironman special, and so they show Ironman. I think that's where I got the idea from.
Oh, okay, so I
Yeah.
never knew, and
Yeah.
I really didn't take it serious. I was thinking, okay, well, I started working out a little bit as I was getting older. I would, lift weights a little bit, maybe run a mile. And when she said triathlon, I was thinking, she's not serious about this, but I'll play along.
Okay.
And so I just started, some training programs, and she kept up with it, which was
So
unbelievable.
she did too. So 2010 would be
2010.
the launch of your triathlete careers.
Yes.
Okay. And you went from doing just running at the time? Like you weren't doing cycling and swimming
I
or
wasn't
anything?
doing anything. Actually, he took me to the track and said, run 4 laps, which is a mile. And he says I didn't do it. I think I did it. That was a test to see if I could run.
Right. Yeah.
She stopped every lap, and I will tell you that. Okay. And so
Well,
Whatever.
Yeah.
400s are good.
yeah. And so we started that in January, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
And we decided on Freedom Springs to be our first one.
yes,
So it was about, 7 months of training.
Yeah.
really
for this,
hard.
For this one race.
Yeah. Because that's a sprint, right?
It's a sprint,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
So he took me to the pool, took me to the track. We got a road bike, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we had some old bikes hanging up in the garage, and
Yeah.
because I didn't think she was going to be serious about that, I took those down, dusted them
Yeah.
off, and
Yeah, you're not going to drop a few
I'm
grand
not
on a
gonna
new
drop a
bike.
few
Yeah.
grand.
Yeah.
Of course, she couldn't keep up with me, so.
To be expected at that point.
But I was really
Yeah.
impressed that she didn't quit. I was really impressed with that because, to be honest with you, I wanted her to quit because I didn't think she was going to be serious, and I just thought
Yeah.
once she quits, and I'll get back to my regular life.
Right.
And she just didn't drop, so I went, "Oh, she's pretty
Nice
serious
work.
about this."
Yeah, and again, to underscore, this is the beginning of 2010, right?
Yes.
So you're starting with a sprint triathlon, and as our listeners, again, I hinted earlier, eventually getting into full Ironman, but this is where you started.
Yes.
And, I wanted to emphasize that because, again, there's so many people listening now who have never done triathlons, and they think they got to be, Lance Armstrong, and you
Right.
don't have to be.
Yeah.
Just start doing something, right?
Yes.
Start a little swim, start a little run, start a little bike. And you don't need a $10,000 bike either. Just get the road bike hanging in the garage, right?
Exactly.
So then you're talking July 2010 was the first one.
The first one,
So
yes.
tell me about your first, both of you did it together, obviously,
Yes.
Freedom Springs. Tell me about the experience. What do you recall from that moment?
Well, it took me 30 minutes to do the swim. I hyperventilated. I had asthma. All the weeds there, and
Did we have wetsuits?
we didn't have a
Better have-
wetsuit.
No?
No,
Not
no,
in that
no.
water?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
In fact, I even asked somebody, "Why are you wearing this suit?" And I told Jamila that, by the way, the water's not that cold, and so
If you ever done this race, it's a spring, so it's very cold. You need a wetsuit.
you need a wetsuit. Yeah, and so
Sorry, I can't believe y'all jumped in that
Yes.
water. I've done that race.
Yes.
we had no clue.
Yeah.
And I made the usual mistakes. I mean, I rode on the bike with my goggles still on, and the typical things that you do, and
Sure.
not enough nutrition or whatever. Not drinking
Yeah.
enough, and so I just made the usual mistakes on that.
But you both got it done.
We got it done. I think I placed third
She placed third
in
yeah.
my age group, and that my confidence was boosted
Yeah.
after that moment. I was like, I can
Surely.
do this.
She was
Yeah.
hooked. She was really hooked.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was really hooked. Yeah, but I think, we started doing at least 7 or 8 races a year after that. Because we
Okay.
just both love, just loving
Yeah.
the sport.
Yeah, that got me hooked.
Nice.
And we traveled around the Southeast, just doing races together. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
We'll be right back. Hey, friends. I've been a member of Gulf Winds Track Club now since, I believe, 2007. And I became a member is because I was running 1 mile a day, 2 miles a day. And I owe everything to Gulf Winds Track Club to get me to where I am today as a runner. the fellowship, the friendships, the relationships, whatever you want to call it. But, it's also the learning. I got to train with others. I got to ask a lot of questions. I got to witness growth in others, and all because of the club. I've had lifelong friends, and we've traveled to places and done special races, and now my entire family, we're all members of Gulf Winds Track Club. So I invite you to visit gulfwinds.org, become a member too. Now back to the show. So you got sprints, and then you got halves, and then you got fulls. Okay. So before we get to talking about when the goal came up, how many races did you do between you decided, let's do this crazy thing? How many halves did you do over the next couple years?
So we did for 2 years, we did only sprints and Olympics.
Right.
And then one day she came to me, and I was our coach. I did all the research, and, she followed the plan, and, I did all the analysis and, data. And then one day she came to me and she said, Dad, let's do a half. I went, no way. We can't do it. It's impossible.
I think he said, are you crazy?
That's what I said. I was trying to keep it clean.
It was like 2012-ish, 2013, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And she begged and begged and begged, and then I said, well, the only way we'll do it is if you get a coach, because I thought that was outside of my range. And we had met local coaches in town, and I reached out to them, and they agreed to coach us.
Okay.
And so we did Augusta.
Augusta was the first one.
And once again, she placed.
I placed, I think third.
Even her coach didn't believe, they found that,
Who were your coaches?
The Bowmans.
Okay,
The Bowmans,
that's who I used as well.
Yeah.
Jeff and Annie.
So the Bowmans, I reached out to them, and then they coached us through our first half. She placed third.
Yeah.
And, of course, I finished. By the way, plugged, Augusta is my hometown, so I love that race.
That was great. Yeah, so from a sprint Olympic to the half, and y'all trained together, right?
Yes.
As much as you can at that time, right? So what do you remember the big difference being for the two of you from transitioning and training for the sprint and Olympics to then doing that half Ironman, which remind everybody the distances for me on the half?
On the half,
swim is what?
Swim is
1.2.
56 on the bike, and then a half marathon.
Okay. So what was the big difference for you there, getting ready for that one?
Well, for me, it opened up our social group. I mean, before that time, we had been training just together. And then once we started training for that with the coaches, we met more people, and we were able to be challenged more and, learn a lot about just a bunch of different things. So that was the difference. It made us stronger, mainly because we were training with other people.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that helped out a lot. That was from my perspective.
Yeah, meeting new friends. And then Jeff and Annie had a plan. Not that Dad's plan wasn't good, but I mean, we were definitely working out every single day. A lot. Yeah.
But Jeff and Annie helped as coaches.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I did the same for my first. Well, no, I did my first half by myself.
Oh.
Can't say it went the way I wanted it to go. And then I realized, let me call somebody.
Yes.
Jeff and Annie. Okay, so then you progressed to doing halves. Mm-hmm. Did you do your first full without the goal in mind yet? Did y'all do the first full without that goal?
It was a bucket list thing.
Check it off.
And oddly enough, I thought we would do half for a few years, but the very next year, Jamila said, let's do a full.
Yeah.
I said,
okay.
Just no way.
He's like, you have to do what we just did twice.
Right.
I was like, yeah, but we can do it.
So you jumped to a full. Which one was it?
Ironman Florida.
Ironman Florida, yes.
Okay.
And again, the deal was if you continue to get coaching, then I'll agree to do a full.
Right.
Okay.
I was not going to do that without having some professional guidance.
Yeah.
You got to for that.
Oh,
Yes.
You really
sure.
did.
Oh, yeah.
What year was that you did your full? I know you can pull
I think
that
I said
out.
2014.
2014, yeah.
You know
Yes,
exactly when.
Yeah.
All right, so November in 2014.
Yes.
First full Ironman. What was your time? You remember?
Well, the swim was canceled.
Okay.
So I believe I looked at it last night. I think I did 11:44.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that's really good. But the swim was canceled.
Without the swim.
Without
Okay.
a swim, yes.
And as you would expect, I was only a couple hours behind her. If she did 11, I probably did 14. to be honest with you.
We're guessing at this point, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So you got your first one done. And that counts, I guess, in Ironman.
It does count, but
count.
we weren't totally satisfied because you did all that training and you want to make sure you can knock out all 3.
Yes.
So we got the bumper sticker, but we need to do at least another one to make sure we're legitimate.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'm assuming
the very next year,
yes,
you signed up for another one.
Ironman Maryland.
Yep.
Okay. Again, so before or after you decided to take the ultimate goal? Is this before or after?
We still hadn't decided a goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, it was one and done, and then Florida really wasn't completed, so we have to do at least one to make sure we're legitimate.
Yeah. And I appreciate, for the listener's sake, again, just trying to keep the chronological, because once we get to that goal piece, that's where y'all take off.
Yes.
Which is so impressive, and we'll get to that in a minute. So then your first full Ironman with the swim was in Maryland.
No.
Not exactly.
All right.
Not exactly.
So what happened in Maryland? Crab cakes got in the way?
Yeah,
or what?
Hurricane Joaquin came through, and so they rescheduled the race 2 weeks later. And then we go up there, and they shorten the swim. So then we're like, well,
we're still not full. We still have not demonstrated we can do all 3 parts.
Yeah.
So, but again, they gave us. So at that point, we were technically 2-time Ironman.
Yes.
Yeah. But in our hearts, we still fell short.
And that's not going to work for you.
Not going to work for us.
No.
So the next one?
So the next one,
what was that?
Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's September.
September, yes.
Okay.
And their race is extra long.
Exactly.
So
the bike is longer.
The bike is longer. So they're really, instead of a 140.6, they're 144.6.
Gotcha. And can be hot there, too, from what I hear.
Yeah, and that year was very, very hot. We did it with some friends, too, and a lot of friends had to drop out. But I don't know why we didn't consider just being done after that race.
Yeah, it pulled you in, yeah.
So 15, you finally got your full at
Chattanooga. At Chattanooga,
Swim, bike, run. Congratulations.
Yes.
Father-daughter, first time from back when you committed to Freedom Springs to now. Woo, we did an Ironman together.
Yes.
Right? I mean, not competing against each other at that point in the same place, but you trained together, you pushed each other, and here we are, right? So the next thing, apparently, that comes up, and for our listeners, I want you to educate them a little bit. There's this race called Kona, right? That's in Hawaii, and you can get there by qualifying a couple different ways. So you, father and daughter, decided you wanted to go to Kona. So share with us, the reasoning behind it, how you qualify, what qualification you were looking for to do, and when this happened.
It's actually hard for me to remember when the transition happened. I think it was around 5 or 6 where we realized we've done enough of these and we have a few friends who've gone there that we will just make it a goal. Okay. Because we were doing one every year anyway. And so at some point we said, well, let's just ride this out. And then, ultimate accomplishment. And, the one thing about Jamila, you'll notice how she always wants another goal. And that was really the only goal that was left. I mean, we had demonstrated we could do a full Ironman multiple times.
Right.
And then what's next? You want to obviously go to the Super Bowl of our sport. Yeah. So that transition happened at some point, and we knew people had gone there. And so we're thinking, well, if that person made it, we'll make it as well.
Okay.
So as far as I'm concerned, it's kind of fuzzy. I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you have an idea? Was it 2015, 18? Because you had...
It may have been 15, 16. Yeah, because we were about almost halfway. Like, we're done.
Yeah.
Right.
Almost 6, so might as well just keep going, you know?
So let's just say around that time, 15, 16, y'all decided we're going to do 12 full Ironman because that's the way to qualify for Kona. If you don't qualify through the roll downs and your time and all that stuff, then you do 12 of them. They'll give you an opportunity to go to Kona, right? So y'all at that time said, we're going to do this. Me and you, Dad, we're going to do it. Whose idea directly? Is it clear? I mean, I'm leaning towards you because your dad just said you always wanted another goal.
And I picked the race schedule. So I kind of go like, hey, you want to do Ironman Florida this year. You want to do Maryland, Chattanooga, so I kind of chose what races we were doing. He kind of was like, okay, well, let's do it. So I think it was both of us, but I think it kind of geared towards me a little bit.
We both just started getting interested in it.
Yeah.
And once both realized you may as well.
So
you may as well do that.
What was the attraction to Kona or challenging yourself in this way, getting 12 done? What was the attraction?
Just the next challenge. And we also saw, and also during those years, there were a lot more people in Tallahassee who were training for Ironman, our friends. Mm-hmm. And so, we're gonna do one anyway. We're training, and again, it was just the next goal. And we knew people who had gone there, and so it was just naturally the next goal. Yeah. And it seemed enough challenge to be interesting, but not something that appeared to be, too easy. Yeah, it's attracted us in that sense.
Anything that scared you about it when you committed to it at the time? Was there any hesitation? Was there any fear?
I don't think so. No, not for me.
Well, also they changed the rules. It used to be the case that you could do 12 in any time period. So people would do all the 12. They've since changed it. Okay. And so I used to try to get Jamila to double up so that we could go there earlier because I was doing the math and I realized what my age would be if we waited 12 years.
The clock don't stop.
Exactly. But she never wanted to double up, which is fine. Yeah. And so
it's a lot of work.
Yeah. So we realized that they changed the rules about 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And so you have to do the 12, which was okay because we were doing one a year anyway. And so we could just, write out the 12.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So the estimate there, you're talking about finishing sometime in 2022, 2023, 2024, somewhere in there. It just depends, right?
You mean now or?
Right, to get your 12. You kind of looked out and said...
we did, yeah.
No, I think it would have been, when we started 2014, I guess it would have been 2025.
Okay.
Yes. Because we had to do the 12. We had to do 12 years. Right. Yeah. You do 12 races, but now it has to be in 12 years.
Yeah. Okay. So 2025, that gives you the idea where you want to be done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. So talked about fears and challenges to it and whose idea it might have been, and I'm pointing to you, Jamila. Yes. But what an inspiration, the fact that, y'all want to do hard things. I try to talk to my kids about that all the time is, just try to do hard things.
Yeah.
And sometimes you do it great. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you might not, but you learn a lot from the times that you might not be great, right? Yeah. So, so kudos for challenging yourself. But now I want to get into that time period and all those races you did to get to the accomplishment itself. I want to talk about the training. I want to talk about the highs and the lows and the emotions of it, right? So, first question I want to talk to you about. When you look at doing 12. Crazy. I know, it's just saying it. I've done one, and I don't want to do another one. And I'm sitting in front of people that have done 12 or more, right? Right. So tell me what you think was the best one you did. The best one you did. And it could be different, obviously. So whoever wants to go first, which one was the best one you did?
I mean, I love Florida. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of support from family and friends. Mm-hmm. I love doing the ocean swim, except when it's not a good swim. Right. And that's probably the Florida ones when the race conditions are fine. It's probably my best one. Okay. My favorite one.
I do like Florida. Florida is a good one for me, but I like Chattanooga because we had a lot of friends go, and that was fun to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so Chattanooga. Mm-hmm.
So Chattanooga is the river swim, much different than the ocean swim. Yeah. Of course, the bike in Panama City, nice and flat, but you're open to wind, not much shade. Mm-hmm. Chattanooga I've never done on the bike, but it's got a little rolls to it.
It's very hilly, yes.
Mm-hmm. And then the run in Florida is flat.
Exactly.
Chattanooga is probably not a flat.
It's hilly, yes.
But that's the beauty about Ironman. They do them all over the place. So the opposite of that then, which was your least favorite one that you did, or most challenging one that you did?
For me, it was Lake Placid, no doubt. Now, but although it had the best swim,
yes,
because I guess it's in a lake, and they have this rope that runs the course, and you really don't have to sight much. You just follow that rope.
Okay.
Yes.
So it makes water swimming a lot easier in that sense. But it is
Did you
hilly.
wear your wetsuit this time?
We wore a wetsuit. Yeah,
Yes.
we've learned to wear that every single
Yes.
time now. And but it was a challenge on the bike. I think I got registered 8,000 feet of elevation,
it
and
was
some of the
insane.
downhills I hit 50 miles per hour. So and the run wasn't flat either. So, but it was a great race because a lot of friends, went, lots of support, family. But I found that one to be the most challenging for me.
And ironically enough, Maryland is the most challenging one to me. And we're actually doing that one this year because they have a lot of jellyfish on the swim.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that's an ocean swim too? Okay.
It's
I
in
know.
They call it brackish.
It's in a bay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
I
fun.
forgot about the jellyfish there.
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous about that right now.
I've done Maryland 4 times, so they're there.
Yeah, because Florida has jellyfish. I got stung the real time.
yeah.
Well, I did the half there too. Each time I've gotten stung by
Yeah,
jellyfish.
but they're bad.
Yeah,
in
they're
Maryland.
bad. You see a lot of them when you're swimming in Maryland.
Yeah.
You see them. They're all over the place.
Okay, yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And that's a mind game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You feel them with your hands when you're pulling. Yeah, they're on your feet. So
Like when you're little, you close your eyes, put your hand in a box, and what
yeah.
you're feeling.
That's it.
No thanks.
but each race does have its individual challenge and individual great thing, and that's what I always tell people. Each one is different. Each one will have a challenge, but it's not necessarily the same challenge.
Yeah. And logistically, so who was the lead on logistics, right? Because if you're talking about doing these 12 over a certain number of years, there's a lot of travel involved, right? Planes, trains, automobies, right? And you got bikes and you got other things. So how did y'all handle logistics?
Well, she was logistics. I was the bank.
Wow.
So, which worked out fine. Which worked out fine.
I don't have the money part on here on my list as questions, but I'm glad you broached it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Particularly in the beginning, but then she got a job and boy, it was
Yeah.
fine. But she was clearly the logistics. I from the start, she made our race schedule.
Yes.
And I just I knew when it was time for a race coming up because she would go to the pool. Outside of that, she wasn't swimming. So I said, we have a race coming up. I'll look at our schedule and go, something coming. But she took care of every race. Every race we did, she made the schedule.
Hotels, flights, all the stuff.
She did all that stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
I just got in the car and drove and just had a good time. Yeah.
So for our listeners, I'm assuming you had to fly a couple times, right, to races?
Yes.
Yes.
So what'd you do with your bike?
Well,
Because you can rent a bike when you get there.
Which is what I do mostly.
Yeah.
I've shipped my bike before, but I mostly rent it now. But there was a service once upon a time called Tri-Bike.
transport. Yes.
Yeah, you put it on. They've since gone out of business, but
Yes.
other than that, I put it on a plane before. But I prefer to rent.
Yes. Yeah.
At
Just go ahead.
I would say that at that time the renting was about the same price as shipping it up there. But now, since then, that's changed. Renting is way more expensive than putting it on the plane. But it's worry free. I mean, I'm already nervous about doing the race, and I don't want to have to worry about my bike, so I just rent.
Nice.
Yeah. I was doing tri-bike transport or putting it on the plane. And then I kind of learned from Dad. I was like, well, just rent a bike and you don't have to worry about anything. They fit you to it. After the race, you don't have to worry about it. So I've started renting.
And she had some issues, too, with transporting her bike twice.
Twice,
And that made me more open to,
So,
Yeah, I did when I did St. George, I shipped it, and found a bike shop there that was great. We shipped it to them. They put it back together. So it was a pleasant experience that one time. But I usually pick the driving races anyway now. Just throw the bike on the back of the car, right, and get there safely. Okay, so another question about races. So we talked about your favorite one or your most challenging or least favorite one. What about your favorite location? So separate from the race itself, like what place did you go to that, was just memorable, enjoyable, location, vacation, beach, mountains?
well, does it have to be a full?
Yeah, I'm talking about the full.
Chattanooga, I think, was for me because there were the riverfront. I think they had the riverfront there. I mean, we also did Lake Placid. We didn't do much
Lake
there.
Placid was beautiful, though. It was a beautiful.
It was a beautiful,
course.
yeah. That's because it's in the area where they did the Olympics, so they had the ski jumps and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't see any of see any of those during the race.
Yeah, but the day before, or day after.
Yeah, Arizona was. I did Arizona. Okay. That was a beautiful course too. So I'd say Arizona and Lake Placid are my two. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And if you training wise at this point, were y'all training at all together? Was it kind
of very little unless there was a group ride.
Yeah.
There were people doing group rides and. Those pictures all over Facebook, by the way, back in those days.
They are.
Every time it's somebody's birthday.
Yeah, probably the big group rides.
But what happened in those big rides is there would be an A group, B group, and C group.
Okay.
So it was always fun to go out. We could ride together, but not necessarily have to worry about trying to keep up. So because of the natural groupings that people would do. Yeah.
So if you walked out of here tomorrow and you could choose to do any one of those races again right now, which one would it be?
Ironman Florida.
Yeah.
It's,
really? Y'all are just home flavored kind of. I mean, you're from Augusta, but still, you want to do Florida.
It was the first one, and to me, it will always hold a special place.
Yeah.
In
fact, I think she wanted to have our number 12.
Which it was.
Okay,
yeah. I wanted to end. I wanted to start with Florida, and then when we started doing this journey, I said, let's end at Florida, Okay. But
we did. I just think it's something about the beautiful Gulf. The salt is helping keep you up. You have the wetsuit keeping you up. Yeah. You look at the skyline. Yeah. It's a beautiful swim to me when it's a great swim.
Right. Yes.
And I've DNF'd that race before because it can go from being a nice calm day to a day that's just really, really rough. And a lot of people DNF that year on the swim. Yeah. But it's still my favorite, I mean, when it goes right, it's the most beautiful one. But when it goes wrong, it's bad.
Go way wrong.
Go way wrong, yeah.
So you did the 12th one, right, to officially kind of check off the box with Kona, right, when they said your 12th one was Florida. Mm-hmm. What year was that?
Last year.
So it was last year, so 25. So you met the mark as far as the years, right? Congratulations.
Thank you.
12. I still have more questions because there's some personal stuff I want to get into about this 12 years of doing Ironman. Yeah. So how do you think this goal, this 12 Ironman thing, how did it improve your relationship, father and daughter relationship?
When you asked the question about what inspired me, I thought about it. I think the fact that I was raised with my daughter, that was not lost on me. Yeah. Right. At some point, I remember thinking, this is pretty cool and pretty unique. Yeah. And it did help us bond. And at the time, I didn't think about it, but upon reflection, I do. I mean, I think we have a great relationship because of that. It hasn't always been perfect, but no relationship is perfect. But I think that this is something that we come back to. Yeah. I mean, even if we've had an issue, when we got to the race, it was all fist bumps at that point.
Yeah.
So I love that about it. Yeah.
What do you think? How do you think it improved your relationship with your dad?
I think, to me, when I tell people like, oh, I do this with my dad, they're amazed. So I have to remember, like, this is a special relationship that not a lot of people have. And when I go to races, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this with my dad. And they're like, what? Like, I wish my dad could do that. And I have to remember, like, not everyone has that, And then now more and more I'm seeing father-daughter relationships at races. And it does, like, warm my heart. Like, I'm like, that was me and my dad, like, 10 years ago. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's special. Yeah. What do you think you learned from your daughter during this process?
A couple of things.
Other than logistics.
Other than logistics. I remember in the very beginning, I was really terrified about the swim, even during sprints, to be honest with you. And, we rode to races together and stuff like that. We always talk about the upcoming race. And for whatever reason, this particular race, I just kept talking about my concern on the swim. And Jamila said to me, she said, Dad, just swim. She said, you're not going to drown. You swim well enough to do this. And that's kind of been a mantra of mine. When I have a challenging situation, I go, well, just swim, We've done Alcatraz and things like that, which are challenging, to be honest with you. But I just remember her saying, "Dad, just swim," and that's just a mantra that I hold on in triathlon and other challenges. Because sometimes you just have to do it. I mean, I'm trained up to do it. She said, "You're not going to die out there. There are kayakers, there are other swimmers. It's only 400 yards, Dad." She said, "Just swim, Dad. Just swim." So as a practical thing, that's something she taught me. And beyond that, like I said, we have a great relationship, but there have been challenges. But this has made me realize, you can turn the page. Yeah. Just kind of turn the page and do what you need to do.
We'll be right back. And, speaking of family ties, let me elaborate a little bit, on our presenting sponsor. Again, awards for you. Thank you so much for being our presenting sponsor, and a family business that's been here in town, Tallahassee, since 1987. And, recently, Sam Varn's son, Justin, has taken the reins of the business. And when we think about the relationships with Awards for You and their one-stop shop from anything from apparel to acrylics, when it comes to recognition, congratulations, just expressing gratitude, they've got a very creative way to help you do that. So, if you're a race director or if you're a business owner, looking for medals and trophies or plaques, to celebrate something, I'd encourage you to reach out to Awards for You, to Justin and their team. I've known them myself for almost 20 years, and whether it was Southern Scholarship Foundation or other places I've been, or races like our UPHS Beer Mile that is done here in town. They've helped a lot of our races, Gulf Winds Track Club races too. So again, thanks Awards for You for being our presenting sponsor, and y'all give Justin and his team a call when you need something. Now back to the show. How about you? What'd you learn from your dad during this 12 years of
nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Even though I'm a teacher, she's learned nothing from me.
I've learned a lot.
We don't have all day, so
exactly.
only pick a couple,
Okay,
right?
yeah. I would learn just to relax. Like I think being a triathlete, you're very type A. You want things to go. He always just relax. Just relax. You can get through this. You've done more challenging things. Just relax. So I think that would be what I've learned. Just relax. It's all going to be okay.
So I've got more. I love these questions. So, your proudest moment for your dad during this endeavor, what do you think it would be? When were you most proud of him?
Moment.
Was there a race? Was there a moment? Was there a meal? I mean, whatever. But, the proudest moment you have of your dad during this endeavor.
Oh. There was an Ironman Florida swim. I don't know what year it was, but the swim was awful. And I wanted to quit on the swim. And I knew I could just hear him saying, like, don't quit, don't quit. And when I got out of that water, and, we don't see each other on the course probably until the run. So it's probably 8 hours or so. And I'm thinking, I barely made it through this swim. And I saw him on the run, and I was like, I was shocked because I was thinking, there's no way he made it through this swim. And I'm always like, please, let Dad make it through the swim, let him make it through the bike. But I remember seeing, because I didn't see him on the bike, and so I was getting worried. But I saw him on the run, and I was so proud because I was like, he made it through the swim. Like, that was the toughest swim. I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit. Yeah. But I knew if I quit and he saw me like on the side, he'd be like, what in the world is going on? So I think that was my proudest.
I always have to tell her, don't count me out. I would die before I quit. It's just crazy.
Like not seeing someone for 8 hours, you do get worried,
Oh, yeah.
So I was just like, okay, when I see him, and I finally saw him, I was like, yes, he did it.
And those full Ironman, it's a lot of chaos.
It's a lot of chaos,
because you got volunteers, you got spectators, and that course especially.
Yeah.
When you do the swim, you got to cross the street, you got to walk down the pier park, you got to get. I mean, there's just a lot of a lot of movement, so it's hard to find people.
It's hard, yeah.
Point.
And I know he's not a strong swimmer, so that worried me.
I've gotten better.
He's gotten better, but you know, I'm not a strong swimmer, and I had a rough time, so that's why I was, So, but he did it.
Don't count me out.
Don't count him out.
I was telling that.
How about you? What's your proudest moment of your daughter during this endeavor?
It's hard to think of any one thing. I think that, when we, she's always out of water. She's ahead of me, but we do cross paths on the run, or we may see each other on the bike.
Yeah. Right.
And I feel proud every single time I see her out there. We see each other on the bike, crossing or on the run. As a dad, I feel proud every single time. I know the journey. I know the work she put in. I know the special relationship we have. So I have a proud moment every single time, we do a race. And then we, of course, celebrate at the end. And I'm always thinking, wow, we checked off another one. Yeah. So I'm proud every single race.
Awesome.
Honest with you,
I mean, you think back to that first 400 or whatever.
Exactly right.
She kept stopping. She couldn't do the mile.
And I was really pushy on them, too. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
And you weren't sure if she was going to last.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. I was not sure. So I'm proud at every race. And that's a great feeling to have, after every race.
So a couple more here. Do either of you have the Ironman tattoo yet?
No.
No. I'm
no interest in that?
I want to get it. I'm just, I don't know.
I mean, you've done 12. You have definitely earned it, but it's a different thing.
Yeah.
It may not be your deal, right?
No, I think I'll get it.
I mean, after every race, I say I'm going to get it, and I never do. So
I got a guy.
Yeah.
So
you got a guy.
I got a guy. Okay. Last piece about this, your relationship together. Describe your daughter as an athlete. How would you describe her as an athlete?
Wow, that's good. I've watched her grow. Not as much confidence in being an athlete, but having the skill to being someone who has the skill, and her confidence has grown into it. She's not as cutthroat as I would be if I had her skills, but she's learning that, more and more. She's coming into herself. And, in the very beginning when I was training us, I think I was trying to put that in her, and it didn't go well. And I learned to just let her be who she is, because she wants to have fun and enjoy the sport, whatever she does. I want to, beat every single person that I could, even though I don't.
Right.
And that's just not her. But, I love seeing her happy in the sport, as well as, winning and doing well. She has great skill.
Nice.
All right. Ask the question again.
Yeah. Describe your dad as an athlete.
Athlete. Yeah. Persistent. Like he stuck through this. I'm amazed. Like I want to be that when I'm 60
something.
60 something.
62.
Yeah.
62.
I mean, he's not the fastest, but he keeps going. Like, he'll be like, I did 14 miles the other day, and I'm over here doing like 2, and he's like, I'm working on my walk run. Like, he's battling a knee injury. Like, he keeps going. Like, because he knows, this is what we both want to do. So, I love seeing him just keep at it. He doesn't quit.
Don't
count him out. Don't count him out.
Don't ever count me out.
So before we get to the next step, right, because there's a place today where you are with Kona, right? You got a couple things to do, and we'll get to that in a sec. But last question for our listeners, what advice would you give to them if they're considering doing the same thing you are, or that you did, right, qualifying for Kona, doing these 12 Ironmans as part of that process, what advice would you give them?
So when we first started doing triathlons, I was our coach. And we joined the club fairly late in that process, only because I thought the club was for elite athletes. I thought you had to try out for the Gulf Winds Triathlon Club, because all the people I saw, they were, exceptional. Mm-hmm. And the only reason we joined was because in those days, in order to get in the Red Hills, they gave priority to people who were in the club.
Gotcha.
So we went to the club meeting to join so that we can get in the Red Hills. Mm-hmm. And then I stayed afterwards, and I came home and I told Jamila, I said, there's some very cool people in this group. You should come to the meeting. And so we did. So I would get a tribe as quick, sooner.
Yeah.
Just find a club, find a group, learn. It would have expedited our process of learning.
Right.
And to this day, my closest friends are people that I met through the running community and
for sure.
triathlon, the Bowmans and just other folks. And same thing I think with
lifelong
her.
friends.
So that would be my advice. Nowadays, of course, you can get online and ChatGPT, but there's nothing that replaces that human contact. Because ChatGPT can't do a triathlon. It can tell you about it.
That's right.
But you need to talk to people, in my opinion, who have done it, who have experiences, who you can bounce ideas off. And so that would be just find your tribe.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for that Gulf Winds Track Club commercial. No, but it's true. I know you mean it. You know what I mean? We didn't ask you to say those things. That's great, right? Because it's true. It's the power of association.
Yeah.
Especially when you're going through something like a triathlon or the Ironman, you need that support mentally, right? Mm-hmm. So thank you, sir. How about you?
Yeah, I agree. I
advice you
100%.
got?
Yeah, have fun with it. I mean, I've enjoyed this journey. Just have fun.
Yeah, make it fun. I see that when you said earlier. She wants to have fun.
Yeah, she wants to have fun.
You just want to beat everybody. Okay, so what's the update right now? So you did the 12. Somebody give me the update on where you're at with Ironman and Kona and all that.
So we did the 12, and we applied last December.
Okay.
We were told, at least I was told, that it was full. And, try again for the most part. But in the meantime, the rule says that you must do an Ironman the year before you do the Kona.
Okay.
So that's why we have to do Maryland this year.
Okay.
And then we do Maryland, and then in December we apply for
Again,
2027.
Yeah.
And I also think there's what they call a verification race, which means that the year you do Ironman, you still have to do an Ironman that year.
So, the year we do Kona, you still have to do an Ironman that year.
I know.
So you've still got 3 in the hopper, basically, that you got to do.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, that's just an extra challenge. That's just an extra challenge, on top of the training and everything. So, so that's where we are. We're do the race the year before Kona, which is Maryland.
And just so again, the listeners know, your times and performance and all that doesn't matter at these anymore. You did your 12, and this next one you do, and the next one you do, you go to Kona. There's nothing there. You just go to finish, and we're good, right? Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
And there's no other requirements of.
Hopefully not.
Exactly. The rules are changing as we talk. So.
You just got to pay, though.
You got to pay.
Yeah,
you have to pay. You have to pay.
Well, that's exciting. So that puts you out to 2027. So you got to stay in shape, right? You got to be able to swim 2.4, right? You got to be able to bike the 112, and you got to be able to run the 26.2. So now at least you'll be in shape for a couple more years.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So last thing I just want to say is, thank you. I'm just, impressed. We're in the same circles with the club over the years, and I competed against you once, I think, in a marathon relay.
Yeah.
You and I have never competed because you are always better than me. I did one. Right? Now, we want to talk about running. We can talk about running.
Yeah, exactly.
But y'all are truly impressive. And from the outside looking in, and now that I know more, the father-daughter bond that you have, I just envious of it, that you could do these things together. But just how impressive, and sharing your story, the ties that bind, the family ties, the family tries, all of it today certainly came through. So I'm going to give you last chance. Anything else you want to share about the experience, reflections and memories that, we haven't covered today?
No, I mean, thanks for the opportunity to have us, talk about it. Some people know this story informally, so it's glad to, have a bigger platform to do it. Yeah. And, we meet other fathers and mothers who see us and say, I want to get my kids involved too. And I just say, do it, just get the kids involved. And as long as they're having fun, keep up with it. I wouldn't try to force it on them, but, we just, it's a great sport to do with your family. I think so.
Well, we have our guests on here to hopefully provide some encouragement for our listeners, and I am sure they got that from the two of you today, and maybe a little entertainment too. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for being on the We Run This Town podcast. Yeah. And it's good to see you too. And keep it up. And I'll be looking to see how it goes. Go get Kona.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Y'all take care.
All right.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of We Run This Town podcast, the official podcast of Gulf Winds Track Club. For more information on the club, whether that be membership, upcoming races, or to listen to more episodes, visit gulfwinds.org. Remember, whether you're an elite runner or a beginning runner, together we run this town.